the most terrifying angel God ever created. There are angels in the Bible whose presence brings comfort, and there are others whose appearance makes even the strongest hearts tremble. But among them all, one angel stands above the rest, a being so powerful, so radiant, and so fearfully majestic that God himself sent it to end wars, shatter armies, and execute divine judgment with a single movement. Most believers have never heard its name, but today, you will meet the most terrifying angel God ever created. Before we continue, like this video, share it with someone who loves Bible mysteries, and subscribe to the Bible Project for more cinematic Bible stories brought to life. This is not simply a story of power. It is a revelation of the supernatural order of heaven, a glimpse into the hierarchy of celestial beings, and a reminder that the spiritual world is far more vast and fearsome than we imagine. By the end of this video, you will understand why the Bible describes certain angels not as gentle messengers, but as instruments of unstoppable force beings, whose very presence bends reality, splits darkness, and strikes terror into the heart of any enemy of God. Now, step with me into the world beyond the veil. The vision begins in silence. Not the silence of peace, but the silence before a supernatural storm. A vast expanse unfolds endless, shimmering, alive with the sound of rushing wind and distant thunder. Light pours from an unseen source, rippling across the heavens like molten gold. At the center of it all stands the throne, blazing with fire, encircled by emerald light, and surrounded by beings too glorious for mortal words. Wings, eyes, flame, motion. Heaven is alive. But then, the atmosphere changes. A shadow of holy dread sweeps across the realm. Other angels, mighty seraphim, radiant cherubim, slow their movement. The sound of their wings darkens into a low, trembling hum. Because he is coming, a being forged not only for worship, not only for messages, but for war. The Bible never gives him a personal name, but his title echoes across time: the angel of the Lord. A being so powerful, his appearance alone makes soldiers collapse, prophets tremble, and kings fall face first to the ground with no strength left in their bodies. When he steps forward, heaven itself seems to recoil, not in fear, but in recognition of overwhelming authority. His body glows like metal pulled from the heart of a star. His eyes burn like twin suns on the edge of collapse. Wings unfurl around him like sheets of living fire. Lightning crawls across his form, as though creation is struggling to contain the force within him. This is the most terrifying angel God ever created. To understand his terror, you must witness the night the world learned his power. The year was around 701 BC. Jerusalem was surrounded. The Assyrian Empire, led by the ruthless king Sennacherib, had conquered nation after nation, swallowing kingdoms like dust. Now they stood at the gates of God's people. The Assyrian army was massive, one of the greatest to ever march the earth. 185,000 warriors, armed, trained, brutal, undefeated. Inside Jerusalem, fear spread like sickness. People whispered in the darkness, "Where is God? Why hasn't he come?" But Isaiah the prophet spoke differently. He lifted his voice above the trembling city and declared, "The Lord himself will defend this city." Night fell. The Assyrians laughed, drank, sharpened their blades. Victory felt inevitable. But then, the wind shifted. A cold silence settled over the camp. The fires flickered, the horses stamped nervously. A strange pressure filled the air, as if the atmosphere itself was bending under an unseen weight. And then, he appeared. Not with trumpets, not with warning, not with armies. One angel. The ground trembled beneath his steps. His wings burned with light brighter than any torch. His presence cracked the air like thunder trapped inside a jar. Soldiers awoke from their sleep, eyes wide with terror, though they didn't know why. Some couldn't even rise, paralyzed by a dread they couldn't explain. The angel drew in a breath that seemed to pull the night sky inward and then unleashed his judgment. It wasn't a swing of a sword. It wasn't fire from heaven. It wasn't anything the human mind could understand. It was holiness unleashed. A wave of divine force swept across the camp like a silent storm. No sound, no struggle, no escape. When morning came, 185,000 trained warriors were gone. Not wounded, not scattered, not captured. Gone. One angel ended an empire in a single night. This angel's terror is not only in what he does, but what he is. Throughout Scripture, whenever he appears, the reaction is always the same. Men fall flat on their faces. Strength leaves their bodies. Voices turn to dust. Hearts melt like wax. When the angel of the Lord appeared to Samson's parents, they cried out, trembling, "We will surely die, for we have seen God." Not because he harmed them, but because his presence was unbearable. His radiance pierced them. His power overwhelmed them. His holiness exposed everything within them. Even the prophet Daniel, a man of extraordinary faith, collapsed with no breath left in him when he saw a similar heavenly figure. His face turned pale. His knees buckled. His entire body shook uncontrollably. Humans were never designed to stand before beings like this. There are several reasons this angel stands unmatched in terror. 1. He carries the full authority of God himself. In many passages, the angel of the Lord speaks as God, acts as God, and receives worship like God. His presence is so intertwined with God's will that scholars believe he may be a pre-incarnate manifestation of Christ. 2. His power is limitless. He doesn't fight with weapons. He doesn't need armies. He doesn't even need to move. Judgment flows from him like breath. 3. He appears in moments of divine intervention. He arrives only when the stakes are cosmic, when nations rise, when kings rebel, when destinies shift, when God's covenant must be protected. 4. He reveals the true scale of the spiritual world. Most people imagine angels as gentle, glowing beings with soft wings. But Scripture shatters that idea. Heaven's warriors are not fragile. They are not ornamental. They are not gentle. They are terrifying, because the holiness they carry is beyond human comprehension. In another story, this angel appears again, not to destroy an army, but to protect 3 faithful men in a furnace of fire. Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, thrown into flames so hot the guards died instantly. But inside the fire, there were 4, and the 4th looked unlike any man ever seen. Eyes like burning embers, forms shining like molten bronze, a presence that even King Nebuchadnezzar recognized as supernatural. The 4th looks like a son of the gods. This is the terror of holiness, not destruction, but overwhelming glory. Why tell this story? Why reveal this terrifying angel? Because we live in a world that has forgotten the fear of God. We imagine heaven as soft, gentle, quiet. We imagine angels as glowing decorations with white feathers. But Scripture tells a different story. Heaven is power. Heaven is authority. Heaven is warfare. Heaven is filled with beings so glorious, so radiant, so overwhelming that even the greatest prophets trembled in their presence. And yet, these terrifying beings fight for us, defend us, intervene for us, and move at the command of a God who loves us beyond measure. The most terrifying angel God ever created is also a reminder of God's unmatched commitment to protect his people. The Bible is not a book of soft images. It is a story of fire, of kingdoms clashing, of angels in darkness, of glory too powerful for human eyes. And in the center of that story stands a being forged for judgment, a warrior of heaven, the most terrifying angel God ever created. If you want more cinematic Bible stories like this, subscribe to the Bible Project and step deeper into the unseen world of Scripture.